Welcome to Breaking the Chain. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Cody.
And on today's episode, we got a lot. There's a lot to talk about.
Well, there's a
So,
lot.
we got
Brace
our weeks of
yourselves.
flesh and blood, but there's calling Sao Paulo, which we're going to talk a little bit about. And then there is World Premiere Prague that is actively happening right now. So, we've got spoilers, armory deck. I haven't been able to watch any of it yet, but like maybe there's some gameplay we could talk about. There's the warrior cards that got spoiled, and there's a lot of cool cards.
There's the Fabled. Yeah.
I love fables that are playable.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So, and we have the Silver Age voting that is happening starting tomorrow, which we'll get into.
So there's a lot.
There's a lot. But how was your week in Flesh and Blood?
I'm trying to remember. I didn't actually make it out to an armory this week. The day that the armory was, I had a super duper long day at work, and I'm like, I just need to sit down and do nothing today.
How dare
But
you?
I did play. I know. I'm disappointing everyone. But I did play a little bit on Talishar, still building and touching up my Volda deck. And I mean, with some of the spoilers, I was looking at what cards could go in some of the new spoiled heroes.
Yeah, you actually got a comment on your video that you made recently, the Valda versus Dory, and someone was asking for more of it. They really liked it. So if you ever want to make another one of those videos, feel free.
Maybe I should do that tonight. I've been meaning to do that, but it's like I've been wanting to have a deck and get more practice in. But since I've been practicing a little bit again, I feel a little more confident.
Oh yeah. Anything else for your week in Flesh and Blood?
No, it's a very short week.
For me, kind of same. I mean, as usual, I wasn't able to make it to an armory. I'm still trying to figure out if there's a way for me to make it to a weekly one again. I do miss it. But I did do some Talishar testing. I am still preparing Betsy. There's been a lot of Betsy testing. I wanted to make a deck tech video, but it's been undergoing changes just like every day, and I haven't gotten to a list that I feel quite comfortable sharing yet. I want to make sure it's refined. I don't want to just put some slop list out there. So still working on that, and it's been a very iterative process, and I'm really liking the direction that's going, and it's feeling super good. So keep an eye out for that as well. Go ahead.
I'm surprised to hear it's still going through so many changes because it felt really strong when it initially came out. Or not initially came out, but initially when we were testing it.
And it is very strong. It's mostly to do with the tech pieces. So, for example, the Victor matchup, I basically it's moved to an aura package, and I haven't been able to test that too much lately. And I want to make sure that I understand how to play the orbs effectively before I try to tell other people how to play it. I want to make sure that I actually do it myself first. Apparently, it works really well according to another person that has toyed with the deck that I let borrow it. But yeah, I haven't done it myself, so I want to test it myself, understand how it works, and then I could feel comfortable teaching it to others. But yeah, I've been working on the Betsy deck a lot. I've been theory crafting some of the other decks too. Like Ziggy looks so much more interesting now that we have the rest of the commons and rares, and the Fabled. There's.
I mean, I think we could have guessed that was the Fabled, but I think everyone was guessing it's gonna be a yellow pitch.
We'll talk about it later. But yeah. I've been doing some testing with the new heroes, some minor testing, because there's still a chance that I play Ziggy in Nationals instead of Betsy, if I find a good Ziggy list. Because I'm an illusionist man at heart. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's been my week in Flesh and Blood. We can jump into some quick news. We had calling Sao Paulo. 265 players. Most brought was Acilio at 32 copies, 12%, followed by Arachne Marionette at 11%, Victor at 10%, Gravy Bones went up to 9%, Dio is at 6%, Jarl 6%, Syndra 6%, and drops down from there. I guess we don't have the the what's it called, the day 2 conversion here, unfortunately. But for the top 8, we got
Oh, the day.
2 Asilios, 2
Oh, I
Vince.
got the same one. Sorry.
It's
I
all
was
good. It's
like,
all good.
is that not the day 2 right underneath it? Nope,
No,
that's
it was
just
not.
talking about the same players. Well,
For top 8, we got 2 Asilios, 2 Vincets, 2 Victors, a Dash IO, and a Gravy Bones. And then Cadu Amaral da Silva took it down on Acilio against Vincent in the finals. So pretty decent top 8. Nice
I mean,
spread of heroes.
congrats to Kadu for winning the second calling in Sao Paulo. And then I don't know, I
Yeah.
always love watching the Brazil callings. Like they just have so much passion and it's so cool to like watch them and like there's people like cheering in the background and you can hear like over this like announcers every once in a while like when something cool happens it just gets so loud.
Yep.
And then like they were doing the like oh, you won the calling kind of talk at the end. And like after it all, like all of them just like crowd the booth. It's, I don't know, it's so cool. Like it's just such a different environment. And it seems so like engaged and so like beloved with the game. So it's really cool. I always love watching the Sao Paulo callings. I'm like, there are some callings where I'm like, whatever, it's just calling. It's not that important. But like whenever they're in Brazil, I'm like, I've got to find time to watch at least a few of the games in the top 8, you know?
Yeah, it is a fun watch. It's a very fun event there. What was I trying to say? There was a one game that I got to watch. I forget his name, but he looks at the camera a ton, and he was playing Jarl versus Brody's Vincent.
Yeah.
And that was a really cool game actually. I caught mostly the end of it, but I don't want to spoil it. I just recommend watching that game. It's a very very interesting end game that happens.
Well, there's definitely fun. What did they say? There was something really funny with the announcers where they're like, "Oh, this player is so like da 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 this player," and it's like maybe he's so emotive, and then he looks at the camera as if he's looking at the announcers right as they say something like that.
He's very emotive, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, so very very fun calling to watch. Definitely recommend. Following that, the Silver Age voting starts tomorrow. Well, we're recording on Saturday, so tomorrow being Sunday, looks like it opens at 8 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, and then closes at 7:59 a.m. on what is that day? On Wednesday. So you have 3 days to put your votes in. So think about who you want to vote for. Have you decided who you want to vote for?
I'm locked in.
Yeah, what are
I'm
you
locked in. Kano.
Kano? I think I might flip a coin. I might flip a coin.
You're gonna flip a coin?
Yeah.
Oh, who are you thinking?
It's between Briar and Oldham.
See, personally, I would choose Briar there. You know,
Yeah.
like the Guardians did nothing wrong. No, I get Oldham. I don't even play Oldham, so I wouldn't be miffed if he left.
Yeah, Oldham just seems so boring to play against. It's really what it is. Like he's not going to be that strong. It's just like I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have to sideboard in all this like fatigue hate. I don't know. I just don't want to play against it. That's really all it comes down to.
I don't want to play against Kano dealing 9 arcane damage to me on turn 0, and then I have Arcane Barrier 4 and still can't block all the damage. And still lose running Oasis Respites, Arcane Polarities, and AV4, and still lose against Kano because I'm a Guardian. I am.
Yeah,
I am ready for
Kano is getting some new tools, isn't he?
Yeah. And the cards that they apparently banned for him are coming back because they're in the Blaze Armory deck.
Oh, I forgot to see that. I saw that someone posted the Blaze list, but I forgot to take a look to see. Do you know what it was? Like what cards are getting?
Aether Spindle.
Spindle's coming back. Okay.
Yeah, it's getting unbanned.
Wait, was it Spindle? Is that what was banned? I have to remind myself.
That's the one that ops equal to the arcane damage dealt.
Is that what was banned before? I thought it was something else that was banned. Am I crazy?
No, that was what was banned.
That's what's banned. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's a pretty strong card, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in Blaze when it deals arcane damage and says you can play your next card as an instant because it dealt arcane damage.
Yeah, and there's some pretty good wizard spells coming out. I remember looking through
That
the
like
commons
2
and
for
rares.
5 that creates a ponder.
Yep, like that one, for example. What else? There was something. Why can't I find the wizard section here? Here it is. Here it is. There is
1 for 4 with go again. If you tap your hero.
there's a nice 0 for 4. The nucleus aether bolt. Yeah, there's a 2 for 5 that makes a ponder. The one for 4 that you can get go again on it. That's also probably pretty strong.
Yeah.
There's some of the starfalls that might be relevant, like the Constella Uplift. Untap a staff you control. Wait, actually, is it a staff? The
I
thing
think
that,
so.
I think it's a staff. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it is.
There's some pretty strong stuff in here. So we'll see what happens.
We will definitely see.
Oh wait, no, you can't. Sorry, he can't run Constella Uplift because it's Lightning Wizard. That's the last Lightning Wizard card, and then it goes.
Oh, it is.
Wizard. So not that one. But
they're so close.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I have a feeling. Okay, actually that's a fun thing. What predictions are there for what gets banned? I do predict Kano gets banned. Or I should say benched. Benched.
I think Kano's getting benched. I think
Ira is getting benched.
Ira's getting benched. If we don't bench Ira, the devs are going to
bench Ira. Yeah.
That's why you don't need to vote Ira. You
don't vote. All right. PSA: don't vote Ira. Don't vote Ira. LSS is going to bench Ira themselves. Don't worry about it. So those two, and then who's next?
Maybe Briar. Maybe Briar, it could be Briar Oldhim. I don't think Icelander's going. I think people actually really enjoy the Icelander deck, both as opponents and players.
Yeah. It's not a bad experience.
Yeah. Even though it seemed pretty dominant. But it's like I could see Briar because even with all the bans, Briar was still like second best deck. And now all the cards are coming back because Briar's getting an armory deck. It's like, and then maybe KO, but like.
So what? That's Ira, Briar, Kano, KO. Yeah, I think it's like the fourth slot is the most iffy. It's like, is it KO or is it Oldhim?
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those two is the fourth. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I think that's really what a lot of people are like decided on.
I also wouldn't be that surprised if Dromai just gets banned anyway. Just like people just like are like, yeah, illusionist, click.
Can you imagine? No one votes Ira, and the devs are like, and so we're banning Dromai.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just don't forget to get your votes in tomorrow. That's through your Gem profile, by the way. You'll go in and log into Gem, and apparently there will be either a pop up or some way to vote.
The other thing is, I'd rather Enigma go than Dromai. Dromai's cool.
Enigma would be I was thinking of an illusionist that would get banned. Enigma would be the one. Yeah. Yes.
Enigma is brutal sometimes because she plays Ward, and as a Guardian, I just sit down and say, good game.
Yeah, the main thing that's keeping Enigma back is Ira. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are a significant amount of votes on Enigma because the expectation of Ira getting benched.
You're expecting too much from me, Cody. I'm just going Kano. I'm not thinking like 5 levels deep. I'm thinking 0 levels deep.
It's interesting. I mean, I'm okay with just playing Enigma though, so that's I don't mind.
Can we get like a Guardian card that says this can't be prevented? Like, please, I beg you.
Oh yeah, the only one you have
common
is
or rare.
All right, are you ready to jump into?
You have to crush for it to be effective.
It's also true, yeah. Are you ready to jump into the world premiere, which means, or basically the spoilers?
Yeah, I guess I didn't break that down in the notes very well, but yeah, I'm ready to jump into spoilers. I think this is the meat and potatoes of today.
Hell yeah, it is. There's so many fun spoilers here, and there's so many not fun spoilers.
Like the first one.
Yes. Well, let's start with the warrior cards because I think those are very interesting. I like them a lot.
I think they're so insanely cool.
They are very cool. Let me pull up the card overlay and the warrior cards as well.
Yeah, I'll
Actually,
start with the first one.
yeah, what's the name of the first
So
one?
the first one is Beckon Steel, which is a blue 0 cost 3 block warrior attack reaction, and it says target sword attack gets when this hits, sharpen this sword. If the sword has 3 or more +1 counters, attack with it.
You do what with it?
You attack with it.
I'm sorry, you attack with it. What does that mean?
So they changed the rules to make this work. So now there's like an attack log or attack queue, that's what they call it, where once an attack clears and the combat chain closes, if there's another attack in the queue, it automatically starts attacking. It does not require an action point, it does not require any pitch, it just starts attacking. Which means this sword reads on hit, if you have 3 or more counters, you get to attack with your sword again.
Yeah, and on the note of the attack, the new attack keyword, um, it is a keyword technically, right? It means
Yes.
bolded, so I suppose it is. There's a really interesting interaction with Spectra, by the way. I don't know if you saw that.
Thank
Very
God.
very odd how it works, but it does kind of make sense. So basically, what happens is if you target Spectra with your first attack, and then attack reaction with this card, I believe. Or no, maybe it's the other way. Sorry, that's the other way. Sorry, it's the other way. If you attack your opponent with Zenith Blade is what it's called, right? If you
I mean,
attack
you could technically do it with Dawnblade too.
well,
Dawnblade has counters.
yes, with whatever weapon you have. If you target your opponent, and then you attack react with Beck and Steel, it doesn't even have to hit for you to remove Spectra. In fact, you don't even need 3 counters to remove a Spectra Aura. So what happens is, and it's really funky, is that basically when you play this card, you have to determine the targets of the attack keyword when you play it, not when it actually happens. And so when you choose your target with the attack, so you'll play this card, you'll say, okay, the target of the attack mentioned in this card is the Spectra Aura. The Spectra Aura has now been chosen as the target for an attack, which is the condition for it to destroy.
Oh, that's so weird. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't read that part actually.
So you actually, not only do you not have to hit, but you don't even need 3 or more counters for you to play this card and destroy a Spectra Aura. It's really funky, but it kind of makes sense because you basically have to. I don't know if I agree with them having it work this way, but it does make sense within the rules that you have to choose a target when you play the card, and because the Spectra Aura has been chosen as the target of an attack, then it triggers the Spectra condition.
So what you're telling me is Warriors getting a good way around Spectra.
Yes, which is what they
sick.
needed. Like I like that it works for Warrior because it's always been a really tough spot for Warrior to deal with Spectra, right? But it is super funky. I don't want to say unintuitive, but it's one of those things that like you have to really you're gonna have a lot of judge calls for this. I mean, as you do with Spectra.
That's true. I do think that, like, for the most part, when I like looking through all the rules and how this attack keyword works, I'm like, that makes sense. Like, your attack, it's telling you to attack with it, even if you don't have the resources. I understand it just putting it on the combat chain. If you don't have the action points, I understand it's just putting it on the combat chain. It's attacking again. Like, I understand how the idea of like an attack queue works. I'm like, this is actually very intuitive. And if I were a new player, I kind of would assume that's how it worked. But
yeah, the funky thing is that you would
part is
because you would think that the attack would only enter the attack. Well, it's because like entering the attack queue doesn't happen unless you have the 3 counters and it hits, but you still have to choose the target if it were to enter the attack queue. It's really
like,
odd.
I guess makes sense now that I know, but it is definitely
right
something that I would have never thought without knowing.
Yeah, that was like the main funkiness of this thing that I noticed. It was super confusing at first, but then once I like reread the rules and had to explain to me, I was like, okay, it makes sense. Like I get
So
it,
you might
but
just run this to kill Spectra. Not that you ever will get counters. Like Bolton just has this in his deck as a blue.
yeah, actually, you have to play it. You have to do it on a sword, so you have to run a sword. The right build of Bolton. But yes, it's a blue
I mean,
block
he
3.
does run.
You can just main deck
Uh,
this. Yeah,
you could just main deck this.
yeah. I mean, Bolton maybe less so if you're on a yellow build.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, that's the nice thing about it. It's like it's a blue block 3 that you can just run, and it's like just says like here, spend a card, kill a Spectre Aura in those matchups. But yeah, anyway, even without that condition, it is just a strong card for Hala. It's super good.
Very strong.
It reads it reads deal 6 damage, right? 7, or is it 7? I forget. It's 7 damage, right?
I think it depends
No,
on
6.
the amount
6.
of counters.
It's 6 damage. Well, yeah, it depends on the amount of counters. Assuming that this puts the 3rd counter on your sword, then it has when this hits sharpen it, so it doesn't deal any extra damage on the first attack. When it hits sharpen it, then if it has 3 or more counters, attack with it. So then you're attacking for 6, right? So this is the blue 1 card 6 if you fulfill the condition.
So I do think this card is super cool in the fact that it's like, one, it's in the reaction step, but if you have defense reactions and maybe you're sitting around waiting for this card, it can also really punish the Hala. She plays Beck and Steel and you defense reaction. This is a 0-card 0. Like,
as a do with some warrior attack reactions.
but like, I think for a 0-card 6, having its floor be a 0 is very balanced instead of having its floor still be 3 and its ceiling be 6 or higher.
Yeah.
T-toxin. This feels a lot more balanced. Like this feels like a
yeah. It's also nice that it's more as the opponent you can play around it a lot more than you can. I forget the Kasai card that has the on hit make a the soldier.
Yeah, it's a yellow.
Yeah, it's that yellow attack reaction that Kasai has that makes one of those Centauri sellswords, where it doesn't have any conditions outside of hitting. Whereas this one, it basically has a condition of your sword needs to have 2 counters on it. So as the opponent, you don't need to worry about this card unless their Zenith Blade has 2 counters on it already, or they have 1 counter and they have like a ton of cards, and maybe there's some instant to sharpen the sword in another way that I'm not thinking of at the moment. But it's more interactable from the opponent's side than the Centauri Sellsword attack reaction.
So there is one. There is an instant that I think is a 1 cost that just puts a counter on the sword.
Right, which is expensive, right? And then that makes it like a 2-card 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's whatever.
Right.
If they do that, then the rate is fine. It's not really a great rate, right? It's more when they like pre-sharpen it to 2 counters. Then you have to be like, okay, do they have Beck and Steel? Like I need to consider Beck and Steel when it comes to blocking this. But yeah, very strong card for Hala. This type of effect is exactly what she was missing in the deck.
Yeah.
And so I'm really excited for her to get this and have this is more of a reason to play Hala now over another warrior.
I do think Hala had a reason to play her, but I don't think it was a strong reason.
It just never felt like there was any reason to play her over like a more defensive fatigue Dory list, right? That was my thought. Like your hero ability is not quite strong enough to make it make sense over like Dawnblade Dory. That was more defensively focused. But what's the next warrior card that we got? Speaking of Hala.
And again, it's a blue 1 cost 3 block warrior action. Attack with target sword that has been sharpened and you've attacked with this turn. That's sick.
It's been sharpened and you've attacked with this turn. Yeah, so this is another attack keyword card. 1 for 3 blue. Very strong again.
So what you're telling me is my Oath of Steel combo is even stronger now because these cards do let the sword attack a 3rd time without requiring go again.
Yep. Yeah, this unironically makes Oath of Steel considerable. These two cards in Hala.
I still put it in my holodeck. Was it
Yeah.
good? No. Was it cool? Yes.
It's also very cool that you can now these two cards make it so that you can play Hala in a couple different ways, right? Like you can try to just do like a very strong first cycle play, or you can pitch stack these with Oath of Steel and just do some insanely strong like 4 attack wide turn
Mhm.
with Oath of Steel and a shit ton of counters.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah, and I like this one too because it is primarily in a holo card, but you only need to have sharpened a sword once to play for this card to be effective, right? And so this
Mhm.
could definitely be used in Dory, for example.
You could even use this in Bolton because in Bolton does run the Edict of Steel. So it's like a blue, like you sharpen your Lumina turn and you have this blue. You can then play this to attack with your sword even one more time.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Once for justice and twice for soul.
The
That's
flavor
its
text.
flavor text.
I put up the EA version on the screen because
Okay.
because the EA
It's
version is so cool.
probably cooler.
I
Yeah.
love that all these EA cards that they're making.
I'm very happy that they're making like generic majestic, EA majestic, generic majestic, cold foil majestic. So
Exactly.
like
You make it more
I like that
affordable. It's so nice.
one.
Except for, one mistake that they made this anyway, we'll get to that. um yeah, very cool warrior cards. I love that they're getting these like MST style blues. Um
Mm-hmm.
Warrior definitely needed some more help, even though they're getting a mastery pack soon.
Yeah.
We'll see
Well,
if
these are coming out in the mastery pack.
oh, they are.
Yeah. That's no. Beck and Steel's coming out in Omens. But
Okay,
because
so
that was coming out in Omens, sorry. And again is coming out in mastery pack.
oh, I didn't notice that there were different sets.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think they're like, oh, we're talking about how this new rule works. And for example, here's this extra card from mastery pack.
I see. Okay, so Hall is gonna get drip fed support. That's interesting. Okay. Well, what do we want to cover next after the warrior cards? What's the pecking order here?
I mean, we could just talk about Armory Deck Ziggy real quick.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, we got the armory deck battle and got the rest of the armory deck cards. The equipment was pretty typical. I'm trying to pull up the Ziggy deck here.
Yeah,
Um,
Starfield Veil is the headpiece.
yeah, we can go over the equipment really quick.
Yeah, it's just a Guardwell 2 piece that says instant destroy this next aura you excuse me, the next aura you play this turn enters the arena with a hollow counter.
Yep.
Activate this only if you fragmented this turn. That's fine. It's a Guardwell 2 helmet that does something else.
I think this is pretty cool with the fragment pump card.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, with this helmet, you get to throw the 0 for 5 fragment. When it fragments, you get to put a lightning card on top of the deck, and when it hits, draw a card. So your opponent is very incentivized to block it, and
Mm-hmm.
you can then pump it um, with the fragment card to pump it for
With
4 as
Auric
it enters
Shards.
yeah, or shards. Yeah,
Yeah, and I think what's strong is like, oh, I have no lightning flow. I can't pump this +4, and the opponent doesn't think about that, and you pop this head and still pump it +4.
yeah, exactly. And the fact that it's Guardwell 2 means you get to block with it first for 2 and then activate it after. And
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like actually a pretty strong headpiece.
And that's
I
why I'm
like
like,
it.
I think this one could actually contend with like Crown of Providence.
Exactly.
Especially because you're going to be putting instants in your arsenal, I'm sure, a lot of the time. You're like, oh no, they're targeting my arsenal. I'll play this instant
Right.
and pop my headpiece and do this. Like,
hmm I do. Yeah, this one definitely depends on how you build the deck.
yeah.
Because and that's the fun thing about Ziggy to me right now is I feel like you have so many potential avenues of how you want to build the deck. You can go
Mhm.
way more fragment focused. You can go like Iris of Reality or Reality Refractor, like Aura and Spectra focused. And I think it'll be really interesting to see what people come up with for nationals. But this is
Yeah.
definitely more of like an aggressive fragment list headpiece.
Mhm.
And I think this might just be the staple headpiece for Ziggy.
It might be. It's actually a pretty alright headpiece.
Yeah, I think it's pretty strong.
And then the
Uh,
next one, Starfield Carapace. It's a lightning illusionist equipment chest. 1 block, blade break. Instant, destroy this until the end of turn. An Aphrodite you control costs 1 less to activate and gets whenever it deals damage to an opposing hero, create a lightning flow token.
let's combine this. Let's read the arms really quick because I think these
Yeah.
both work together pretty well. Starfield Touch is the arms. Instant, pay 1, destroy this, untap an Aphrodite you control, and has Battle Worn 1. These two work really well together. We actually saw how it worked in the Armory deck battle, where basically, um, I'm blanking on who it was that was playing the Ziggy deck. that
Oh, I forget.
that person blocked with their chest
That player.
piece. Yeah, they blocked their chest piece, and then they activated the effect after damage, of Starfield Carapace. So it destroyed it, and then now their Aphrodite was free. They had already flickered an aura that turn as well with Ziggy's effect. So then their Aphrodite came in for 2, and when it hit, created a lightning flow, and then they paid 1, destroyed their arms, their Starfield Touch, to untap Aphrodite, to then retap it, which still was free and still had the on hit to make a flow token. So they broke both of these to effectively, for 1 resource, deal 4 arcane and make 2 lightning flows. It's pretty decent.
It does seem like a good lightning flow generator, and I know
Yes.
that's what the deck felt like it was missing for a moment. I know we got some more spoilers. I don't know if that's still how the deck feels, because there's a lot more spoilers that generate lightning flow that we got with the set release, but
Yeah, I don't think this is strong enough for Ziggy to
Yeah.
use in CC. And I was mentioning this to, I think, in like the spoiler channel for our local
Mhm.
Discord. I really wish that these were rares, because I think this would be a very interesting Silver Age combo. But in CC, I think this is not.
I feel like Silver Age that would be really strong.
It would be, but I don't know what Ziggy's doing in Silver Age anyway.
Fair enough.
I feel like he's gonna really struggle in Silver Age for what it's worth. So I think he would need it. Or is it they? They would need it.
I think it's
I can't
they.
remember. I think it might be they. But yeah. So I don't know. I don't think these the chess piece or arms are gonna quite make it in CC play.
Mm.
But it is a cool fact. And then what were the boots?
Blitz kicks.
Blitz kicks. This
It
one is
is
rare.
lightning equipment legs, 0 block, arcane barrier 1. Instant, pay 1, destroy this, create an embodiment of lightning token. Activate this only if you played an instant card this turn. It's the rare version of Lightning Greaves.
No, Lightning Greaves is way stronger than this.
That's why I said this is the rare version of it, not the legendary.
Well, because
this
don't
is
we
a
already
rare
have?
play in stage.
Don't we already have another pair of boots that makes an embodiment of lightning?
Maybe.
Almost certainly do. But this one notably has AB1 and does that. Yeah, so we have, oh, but this is Majestic. We got the new common that says instant pay 2, destroy this, prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to you. It's this late it's Lace Lightning. I'll put it up on the screen really quick. This is one of the new common spoilers actually. Lace Lightning, it's lightning boots. Instant pay 2, destroy this, prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to you this turn. If you prevent damage this way, create an embodiment of lightning token. So instead of it costing 1, it costs 2.
Yeah.
And instead of having AB1, it will prevent 1 damage and doesn't have the requirement of playing an instant card this turn. Also, yeah, it basically like they're very similar
I think Blitzkicks is still better because it allows you to have the momentum and keep going on and doing that. Because like if the opponent
Yeah.
doesn't do anything, you can't create you like lace lightning. The other thing is this also has Arcane Barrier 1. So you
Mhm.
can keep preventing off of it, while with the lace lightning boots, you cannot.
Well, you have to destroy it to do the effect, but yeah. Um, it. I like that they are both very considerable in terms of like when you'd want to use them, like when you'd want to run one over the other. But yeah, very similar effects. I think that they might be pretty strong. Um, Especially the 81 is very strong.
In Sage.
Sage, yes, but really just a Sage card is all it is.
Especially
What?
because Lightning Greaves has Arcane Barrier on it too.
Yeah. These were never considerable for CC. Like you just
Yeah.
always run Snapdragons in CC anyway. um, then we have they are reprinting Miraging Metamorph in the Armory deck, which is a very good reprint.
Isn't
That was
only
definitely needed.
one of in deck though?
Is it?
Instead of like two of like normal when it's a
I don't know.
reprint?
Is it? Do we know that?
I'm pretty sure.
That'd be kind of interesting. Um, but at least
I
it's a reprint. It's something.
Yeah, at least it's a reprint, but I'm just surprised because I'm pretty sure that's how it is. Let me see if I can pull it up. Just
I would
the
be surprised if it's a one of, but maybe it is. And then we got we got some cards spoiled that just ended up being um in the set in general. In fact, I'm not sure. I need to look through here and see what is exclusive to the Armory deck because I'm not sure what is exclusive. Oh, it's probably Shattering Stardust. Yeah, I think Shattering Stardust is.
Where do I find the deck? Is it in the card vault
I think the
products?
does that say how many copies there are though?
Army deck Ziggy? Oh,
All
that's
right,
a
I'm
good
gonna read
point.
Shattering
I don't
Stardust
know.
while you do that though.
Oh, shattering. Oh no, that's flow tide.
All right, Shining Stardust says whenever it's a red 0 cost, 5 power, 3 block, majestic, lightning illusionist attack. Whenever this fragments amp 1, when this hits a hero, you may banish a lightning aura permanent you control with no hollow counters, then return it to the arena with a hollow counter. I like that this is it synergizes with itself, right?
Mhm.
Um, and so if you play this, your opponent blocks with a 3 block. This becomes a 3. You pump it with anything. Um, you now get to flicker an aura, and it has in you, which triggers your Aphrodite, and it amps 1. So this is like it's a 0 for a lot, or it's like a 2 card a lot or 3 card a lot maybe, depending on like what you have to pump it with. Also, if your opponent just doesn't block, like they can't respect the attack reaction, if your opponent doesn't block, this is just a 0 for 5 and then a 1 resource plus 2. So it's like depending on how much it costs to pay for the Aphrodite, it's like a 2 card 7 plus because you use the other resources for something, or anyway, like or Tunic Aphrodite, then it's like a Tunic 1 card 7, like and it flickers in a hollow or a lightning or permanent, which usually helps out in another way. It's interesting. I like that. This is a very strong card for uh the fragment Aphrodite build. This also works really well with the helmet.
I got a little distracted.
There you go.
I found it. There is only one Miraging Metamorph.
Really, that's
Yeah,
odd.
it's
Why would they
very
do that?
odd. But we got 3 Pierce Realities reprinted.
Yeah, but it's just a rare. So
Yeah.
Pierce does seem
I,
very strong
mhm.
for Ziggy, I will say. What else is
Yeah,
exclusive?
especially since it doesn't have Phantasm. Just getting +2 generically is really strong.
Exactly, exactly. It's like a must kill on sight basically for the against the fragment version of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it because
Try
like
to
start.
spike
Yeah, but
exclusive.
it is exclusive, but we did have that spoiled a while ago. But that is exclusive. So I think it's really just Stardust Spike and Shattering Stardust that are exclusive.
I'm sure there's like a random rare that I
Yeah, it's
am
hard to
not
compare and
thinking of.
see. I wonder if I can click on these and see. I guess I can, like, view card details and see what it comes in. Because yeah, this one comes in Omens. This one comes in Omens. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on that, but I'm pretty sure it's just those two
Right.
Majestics. What
But what did you
else?
think of the gameplay video of the Ziggy deck?
I didn't get to watch all of it. Um, did not look very impressive for the Ziggy side, is what I
No,
heard.
it did not. The Aurora, like, I
I
don't know, I was watching the game and there's one turn where they hit with a uh what the Iris spec, Whirling Mist Blossom for
oh
2
yeah, yeah.
defense reactions. And there's another turn where I don't know why they didn't just attack, but they're like, oh, but what if you can react with me? And they like IP2, and I'm pretty sure they could have thrown like damage and just killed the Ziggy player.
Oh, so they, like, purposely tried to
Like
wait.
that, or like just dealt more damage.
Mhm.
So like IP2 and just Arsenal the card. And then it was a very interesting game.
Yeah. Um, I am surprised they chose Ira as the other armory deck. That's
I was so surprised too.
that seems like a tough matchup for Ziggy, if you ask me. Um,
I was also interested in like I feel like you should have recorded like a better game where it's like the Ira wasn't bricking the entire game and still almost won.
yeah. Yeah,
Like
quite an interesting decision, but
you could have chose Army Deck Rhinar. Like I feel like that
that
would
would
have
have
been
been
a
a cool
much
one.
better matchup.
That would have been a really cool one to see. Yeah,
But
I
I think
agree.
they wanted an Army deck that could deal with the arcane damage and like I think Ira has Arcane Barrier.
Oh, does Armory Deck Runner not have any arcane barrier? Is that why?
No, I think there's only like a couple decks that have Arcane Barrier. The Azalea deck has Arcane Barrier. The Ira deck has Arcane Barrier, and I think the Ziggy deck has Arcane Barrier.
Really want to. I'm so. That's so funny if they like screwed themselves in a way that like they had to, they had to only run certain decks because they didn't give arcane
And I
barrier.
think they wanted a more recent deck, and I think Ira's recent enough that they're like, this will work. And yeah, they just didn't have any decks with Arcane Barrier.
So I'm just
So
gonna
they're like,
share.
we
I'm
want a
gonna
deck
share.
that can.
This is really funny. They have a miss, not misprint is the way to put it, but they have something funky. I'm gonna post the Reinar deck list. I just DM'd you it. Take a look at see if there's anything that sticks out to you in this Reinar deck list.
Oh, yeah, give me a second.
Oh, you look at that. Yeah, Reinar does not have arcane barrier. Um
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
so
So
I guess Reinar has some assassin equipment in the armory deck apparently.
that's so
if,
funny. Yeah,
if you
in the list on the website, they have Widowed Black or Widowback Endem
2x Widowback abdomen
in
for
the
some
deck
reason.
list. Yeah.
It's like some sort of, I don't know how that happens, how the misclick gets there, or miss entry.
I'm sure it is just like a misclick. And it's like, I'm sure it's pretty obvious it's not actually in there, but I'm sure no one's ever pointed it out either. Because it could
Oh,
also be like a
is it supposed to be the claws? Does it only have Romping Club in the armory
No,
deck?
it only has Romping Club.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, the only equipment are the base equipment and Romping Club. So that's literally just a misclick and not supposed to be there.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't see what it's supposed to be instead. So yeah, no AB.
No AB.
So yeah,
No,
I think
most decks don't get AB. Like none of the Guardian Armory decks have had AB.
yeah. So
Like
yeah,
it's
that's just funny. So they chose Ira because they didn't give AB to some of his other heroes. And
and they
she only
want
had
and
AB1.
that's better interaction than. The funny thing is, I don't think Ira wants to even AB in that matchup.
Well, yeah, I remember watching the beginning of it, and yeah, the other guy was like, "Yeah, it doesn't make sense to AB here, so I'm not going to." And it's like, yeah, because you can only AB one.
Yeah,
Because they only put one AB in that armory deck.
that's better than most.
Yeah, yeah. But is it useful if if you ever don't want to AB in the first place.
Yeah. Well, I think
But
the chess piece is interesting as a chess piece, like, and having AB is cool, but
yeah,
it
yeah,
definitely is like you're never really going to use it unless someone's coming at you with like a surge effect, and you're like, well, if I prevent this, they get nothing.
right, exactly, exactly. But yeah, let's jump into the other spoilers, and we're gonna start from the top down with the Fabled.
That's
Voltaris,
definitely top down.
Lightning Resource Gem at Fable, legendary. So you can only have one, as with most gems. Blue pitch, and the effect is when this is pitched, create a lightning flow token.
I already knew this was going to be the gem, but I thought it was yellow pitch. I'm like, it's going to
Yeah,
be yellow pitch. Like, lightning's yellow. Like, that just makes sense.
yeah. I'm sorry, LSS. What the fuck is this?
I feel like it's almost a thing. Like every set, everyone complains about the gem being playable, every single set. And
Yep.
then every set, they're like, but you wanted it playable, right? You wanted, like, you guys didn't like the pit fight arena, right? No. So, like, we make them playable for you. This is what people want. And people are like, this is not what we want. Like,
No, no, this is not what we want. I think at
you're gonna,
yellow it would have been acceptable because then
I,
there's a cost to running it. You might actually not run it. Like there's a decision point to be made there. But at
yeah.
blue, you're always every single lightning hero runs this. Why wouldn't you?
Well, at least the new lightning heroes. Like, old,
Yeah.
well, are there any old lightning
No.
heroes left?
I mean,
But,
yeah.
so I
To
guess,
be
yeah,
fair,
all the lightning heroes run this.
even the old lightning heroes wouldn't run this because they don't care about lightning flow. Well, at least they probably wouldn't care about lightning flow
But, like,
because there
really?
are some cards that can use it. But yeah, this I don't want to spend too much time trashing LSS, but I am very disappointed in LSS
I
for this.
see. I think this is like the biggest complaint that I've ever had is just playable fables. Like,
Yeah. Well, because I I don't know what the term for making doing a message on Blue Sky is, but I did a Blue Sky post regarding this, and I was like, there is 0% chance that they looked at this card and thought that not every single Lightning hero in CC would need this card
mhm,
and would would need to run this card. Like that thought crossed their mind and they were okay with it. There's no
yeah.
chance it didn't. Um,
Do you
and
think?
go ahead.
Are you ready to spend like $300 just to play Ziggy?
It might be more.
Like,
It might be more. Like
just to play any of the other lightning heroes?
yeah, you need like this is a necessary part of for sure Ziggy, for sure New Acilio. Aurora maybe doesn't need this. Maybe
It's like
that's a heart like a
uh,
large maybe.
what do you mean you don't want to activate your hero ability on the pitch card? I'll tell you, as Valda, it's pretty sick.
What do you mean?
Like being able to pitch this and get your hero ability. Like Valda gets the seismic surge from the grandeur, and like this, it charges your ability to create the lightning or to create the embodiment of lightning to get go again on Aurora. That's on like my
Yeah,
point is like I think Aurora still is gonna definitely look at it. I think it's like a 75% chance she runs it because just by playing your turn, you get to fuel your hero ability.
yeah. She likely runs it, but there's a slim chance that she actually doesn't. Is what I'm saying. There
Yeah,
might be like a trios list that really just does not care
doesn't
enough.
care.
Um,
That's fair.
but yeah, I don't get it. The only way this would make sense is if the pull rate of the non cold foil gem is so much higher, right? And it's like a
Mhm.
$50 card. That's the only way that I would be okay with this. Otherwise, I don't like this. This is not great. This does not bode well for the future of the company in the game if they're making decisions like this. If they're saying we're going to intentionally print cards, these chase cards that is going to gatekeep these decks intentionally make them expensive to play in competitive.
I'm just glad I'm not gonna play any of these heroes.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing too is I saw that there were some people that said like some people said this killed my interest in playing one of the new heroes. Like why would I want to play a new hero if there's already this upfront 300 plus that I have to purchase for this,
Mhm.
right? Like that's it's just like it's an excitement killer, right? Like I don't want to play Ziggy and have to spend a shit ton of money on getting one of these cards, right? Like it it kills the excitement. I don't know. I don't want to like I don't want to rag on too much. I don't know the pull rate of the non cold foil one, but I was not happy to see this, and I know a lot of other people were as well. And I really hope that
Yeah,
LSS listens to the feedback and um,
I don't know.
doesn't
Normally
do
they're
this
pretty
again.
receptive to feedback, but this like it's been like years at this point of them being like, oh, like here's a really good fabled. People being like, boo, bad, and then they're like, ah, okay, well here's another really good fabled.
Yeah, I
Like recently, it feels like the fables have been getting more powerful as the sets go by. Like every
yeah,
single set, the fable gets more and more powerful, which is like an absurd thing to me.
I agree.
I'm like, why
Yeah,
do we keep getting stronger? This is actually the opposite direction. I think people were super excited and happy with like the Misfail Fable because it wasn't super strong, but it was unique. They were happy with the Heavy Hitters Fable. They were happy, like people love those like bad fables. Like I guess the one you could say is like the Uprising Fables.
yeah, that
Bad, bad.
was pretty rough.
No one touches that. But it's like you could also do landmarks. Like just do landmarks. People love landmarks. They don't have to do anything cool. I love Corsham. Corsham's sick. It's so cool. It's the worst card ever printed, but it's so cool.
Yeah. Oh, and like I would be okay with gems like this if they just weren't so expensive, right? In the secondary
Yeah.
market. Like if they had and actually I saw someone mention like even if it was like they made a white border version or something, just something playable. I don't as long as it's playable, I don't care. And
Yeah.
I even mentioned in the reply to that, I was like, I would be perfectly okay if James White just did a rough MS Paint sketch, slapped it onto a card, threw it in the gem pack for the Fableds, right?
Hmm.
Like, just reprint the Fables
Yeah.
with a shitty art, so you don't have to pay any money on an artist for it. Just do your little MS Paint thing. I mean, obviously they wouldn't do that because it wouldn't be like good for the game to have that terrible of a card. But you know, like just do something cheap, just so that people can play.
I mean, that would be like interesting if like one of the hits in the gem packs was
Well,
a fabled. Like that'd also make people want to go because like I could hit a fabled, and then all of a
yeah.
sudden you're putting so many more in circulation. Like,
I mean, yeah, they could obviously do an actual art for it, but I'm just saying
mm,
like come on, let's make it accessible. Let's
yeah,
you can have the nice shiny hit in the box and make it beautiful, and maybe like do a Marvel Fabled in the box, and then
it just
have the non-Marvel
mhm.
one be a much higher pull rate, right?
And it felt like Compendium. They're like, hey, we're bringing the price of the game down again. Like we're doing this, we're reprinting stuff, we're doing all these cool things. Anyways, next set, here's the expensive cards that you have to buy if you want to be competitive. $300. That's one card. The rest of it, good luck. I don't. We don't care. It's not our problem. Like,
Right. Yeah, it's almost like because they have Silver Age now that they feel like they can push the boundary even further on the cost of CC, because there is the cheaper option.
mhm.
So we'll see how this carries on in the next set. I think that we'll have a much better idea of the direction that they're trying to
Give us
go.
the monastery as a landmark and have it
Yes.
be ass, but have it be cool. And then I will maybe buy it because it's the monastery.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a playable fable.
I know. And it's going to be a shadow fable, and it's going to be when you pitch this.
Create two
I
rune
can tell you.
chance.
No, no, no. I can tell you exactly what it is,
Uh-oh.
and we'll get into it. But it's going to be a blue gem. When you pitch this,
Uh,
create a gate of Arathiel.
yep, it might actually. That might actually be it. That's really funny. Um, all right, what's the next spoiler? I guess we can probably check in the spoiler channel to see like the more like the hits spoilers to go cover first. Um,
Yeah,
to be here.
I don't know if I was like super impressed with a lot of the spoilers that were left.
So yeah, well, I'll do. So tempt over is one of them. Let me pull that up on the screen. Tempt over. It is a yellow 0 cost, 3 power, 3 block, generic attack action at Majestic. When this attacks a hero, steal an aura token they control until end of turn. This is kind of interesting. It's when it attacks, not when it hits, first of all, which is interesting. And
But
then
one it attacks.
yeah.
Oh no.
Steal an aura token until
Because
the end of the turn. So I was trying to think about like what aura tokens you want to like are the most ideal to steal with this.
so you can steal a ley line of the old ones from me. And the thing is, I guess when it like I was like, oh, when it hits, I just have to block this. But when it attacks, you steal it from me, and I'm like, I have to let you hit now. Like I have to let you hit. Otherwise, the turn ends. You don't control a seismic surge. It gets destroyed.
That's kind of funny. Oh no, so it says aura token by the way.
Oh, it
Um,
says aura token. Okay, never mind.
but it's funny
I'm
that
good.
yeah, it does say aura token. So my that's what I was trying to think. Like you could steal. I think if you steal ponder, you'll keep the ponder potentially. Um, or
End of
you'll
turn.
trigger
I
the
think you
ponder
can
before you
stack
pass it back.
triggers. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can end a turn trigger ponder, end a turn trigger tempt over. Oh, there's no ponder to return.
Right. Um, and then like you could steal a spectral shield to like try to deal an extra damage to their other.
I mean, if it's against Ziggy, like they're gonna try and deal arcane damage to you. So like you steal a spectral shield, they just
That's true. That's true actually. What else? That's the problem. Is like I don't know like what else do you steal?
yeah. Because everything else is usually at the start of turn when it pops. So stealing it until the end of turn doesn't really give much benefit.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that this is going to be strongest with like giving this go again and then using some other tokens like a rune chant. You when you attack the next time, you'll get to
Yeah.
pop the rune chant. A courage token, an embodiment of lightning token,
Mhm.
a a that's about it. A quicken token, maybe. Um, so like there's a lot of
I
tokens
mean,
that get better if this has go again.
yeah.
There's also like maybe there will be some cards you can pair this with that like destroy a friendly token to do something.
I mean, the other
Um,
interesting thing, which like this is only relevant to me, but like if you're playing against the Volda opponent and you throw this against the Volda and they're at 3 seismic surge, oh, but until the end of turn they get it back. Never
yeah,
mind.
exactly. That's the thing. It's like it's until the end of the turn. So it kind of prevents a lot of the tokens from being relevant to steal because not only will it not trigger for you, but it'll go back to your opponent and trigger for them still. Like an agility token, for example, or a might token. Um, you could obviously like, you know, it. What's it called? Rune blades have Deadwood Dirge, so you can play this, and then either if you have a way to instant out Deadwood Dirge, or if you give this go again, you could just destroy it with Deadwood Dirge to make 3 rune chance. So you then, in that case, stealing their agility or their might or their confidence or their I guess you can already steal the ponder, but some of these other tokens, actually, stealing an eloquence is really interesting for
Dealing an
rune
eloquence
blades.
would be interesting.
Yeah. Um, Yeah, that's basically it. Like it's a very interesting card. I'm curious to see what it will get, what it will synergize with in the next set to make it even stronger. Um, the next notable one is Golden Skull. Skull. Oh, there's an EA version. Oh, there's a Marvel version. Oh, that's
Mhm.
gorgeous. I did not know that. Uh,
It's gravy bones. There can't not be a Marvel
you
version,
know, you
even
make
in
a
the
good
set
point.
that even in the set he's not in. Hasn't he gotten a Marvel like every set since he's been released?
I guess so. Did he? Yeah, he got a Marvel and Compendium. Did he get a Marvel and Super Slam? He did, right?
Yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
it like the one ally that like does
Was it?
something with the Warriors? Maybe
Yeah, that's right. You got an ally in both Compendium and Super Slam, and they both came in Marvel as well. That's really
they're
funny.
both bad, but
Yeah, but still. Um, Golden Skull. It is a yellow 0 cost pirate necromancer action item that has go again. This counts as a gold watery grave. It's pretty good. Water
It's
grave,
just a gold.
yeah, and has go again. So you can just like discard this for an effect, and then you get to play this with go again as your one play of the turn
Please
if you
give
don't really want
Gravy more no blocks.
to. You're right.
So I don't even have to worry about their allies, and I can just go face because they can't block, and I kill them.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty strong. That's all I can say. Like it's not gonna like change too much about it, but it's a very strong card.
Yeah.
The next notable one is Induce Panic.
I love the Chaos talent. Is this card
It's
good?
cool.
No.
Do you want to read
But
it?
is it cool? Yeah. So, Induce Panic. It's a yellow 2-block Chaos block. When this defends, choose a color. Each hero reveals a random card from their hand. If it's the chosen color, they discard it.
So random.
I love Chaos. I think Chaos is so cool. I mean, I think it can be really good. Like I'm choosing to block with this, and you're a guardian. I guess guardian players wouldn't care. Like if it's I have a pummel in hand, I declare red, and then I reveal the one card in hand and it's pummel, and I discard pummel. That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
But like against like other decks, like maybe if it's maybe this is better than I'm giving it credit for. Like a red line deck, you block with this first chain link, say red, and then they just give you a random card, then they discard it because it's a red card.
Yep.
The
Yeah,
problem is you are also getting targeted by this.
yes. So that's the interesting thing, right? Is that you have some sort of control over the chaos, right? Because
Yeah.
you can either risk hitting your own card and call a color that you have in your hand, or you can sculpt your hand in a way that you won't hit a card in your hand, no matter what gets hit. So, like you mentioned, very strong against, for example, Syndra. This is effectively reading block 6 plus, right? Like it's like you're hitting at least a 3 power attack, and you're making it less likely that they're going to get their mask, right? So very, very strong versus Syndra, for example. However, if you call red, if you have reds in your hand, you're probably going to lose a card as well. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword there. But maybe you don't have red, or maybe you have 2 blues and a red, and you're willing to take the risk, right? So very interesting card. I am still not entirely a fan of all this randomness. I get that that's like supposed to be the class identity, or the talent identity of chaos, but I like the armory deck card for Slippy, by the way. The one that you roll
Fake Madness.
Yeah.
Or Meat Madness.
Meat Madness, yeah. It's so frustrating. Like whenever you don't have an arsenal, you don't care if they banish top card of your deck, and then they hit card in hand, and you're like, come on.
But that's the least frustrating card in Slippy. That's the least frustrating card in Marionette too. They play that, I'm like, thank God they have a weak turn for once.
Yeah, but then they hit card in hand, and you're like, oh, well, that sucks.
See, I just read that card. So the thing you have to do is you don't read it as random. You read that card as unhit banish from hand. That's what I just read it as. And if it is that, oops. If it's not that, then I'm like, oh, that was way better than I expected.
Wait, so you're okay with them throwing a 1 card 6+?
They have way better cards in their deck. They're Assassin. They have T-Toxin. They have Saber Bloodshed. They have Codex. They have...
Sure.
Leave No Witnesses. Like, I would rather see that card than any of those cards.
So it's just the randomness of it.
I get that.
Yeah.
I do think the random can be frustrating if you plan your turn around it and then it hits wrong. But that's like, personally, I see that card, I'm like, thank God. We're calming down for a second. The worst this can do is banish from my hand. That's great.
Like it's somewhat more interesting whenever like you have an arsenal and a card in hand. You're like, okay, this actually has an on hit. I just need to treat it as an on hit. But then when you don't have an arsenal and you're like, okay, it's only a 1 in 3 chance for this to be relevant for me. It's not worth for me to give armor for this. And then it ends up hitting hand, and you're like, well, I got unlucky. Cool. They hit the 33%er. That's the more annoying thing. But anyway, I'm
Yeah,
not a huge fan of the randomness factor. Is all I'm saying. Um,
that's fair.
but I think this card is strong. Um, I think it will definitely be a sideboard card because it's not strong into every hero, but I think it is strong in general.
Yeah, I I just like it because I think it's cool. I think the Chaos talent is interesting in how it interacts with the game, and it's like a dual effect talent where it affects both heroes. And the problem is like this is gonna affect you too. Like it's so hard for you to like call a card. Like I think the only class that you're like happy to call a card in and you know won't affect you is like Prism. Like, oh,
Yeah,
I will
or
block your
Bolton.
first Phantasm. And Bolton, yeah, like I will block your attack. I will declare yellow. What? I have no yellows in hand. Crazy. Oh, you only have yellows in hand. Crazy.
Ooh, or
Like
imagine like you're playing against Rhinar and like you get to call yellow when they're probably planning to arsenal their Blood Rush Bellows.
that's brutal.
um, yeah, so that's the interesting thing about it to me is that there you it's not entirely random all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like you have it's controlled randomness. But yeah, cool card,
I mean,
strong card.
I think it's
Um,
cool. I like the art too because it's super duper creepy and weird.
it
Like
is
the
very
sky
creepy.
is an
Yeah,
eyeball. Like if you haven't seen it,
I'm showing on the
sky is an
screen for
eyeball
anybody watching the
watching
video. But yeah,
watching down on all these shadow people just going through their daily lives, you know.
that is cool art. Yeah. All right. Next one is Arcbane Grasp. This is a blue 0 cost mechanologist instant equipment. Evo base arms blocks 0 majestic. Arcane Barrier 1. If you have a base arms equipped, transform it into this, then equip this. When this is equipped, create a Spellbane Aegis token. Pretty good AB piece for Teklo.
More AB for mechanologists. No, that's good. I think it's interesting. I don't know if it will ever be. I actually,
It
I think
is.
it will be a one of.
It is. I think because like the Teklo lists were already running the AB stuff before, weren't they?
Yeah, the thing is, like, I think it's going to be a one of because it's an instant piece. You can like, if Jarl targets your equipment, you can change the equipment on it,
I thought they were
or
only
like,
running. Yeah, because like they're like like the latest lists were already running the Evo short circuit, which I mean it deals with damage to any target instead of which is a bit more relevant because you get to play into like Puffin, for example.
the other thing. So the other thing that I heard the other day, I'm not 100% sure this is how this interacts, but it's an instant. So you can, well, I guess it doesn't block, but the Guardian Warrior Shield, if Teklevossen blocks a weapon with the equipment that's an action, you can return that to their hand
Oh,
and destroying the stack underneath of like cards underneath. So if you go to play that before resolution, say you have you're blocking with the arms, I break my shield to try and put your arms back your hand, destroy your arm slot. You play this at instant speed before it resolves, and then it's no longer an action card.
so basically, before you get to block with any of your action equipment, you just make sure you have the instant equipment in your banish zone.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So if it gets put back, or if the shield pops, you don't get punished for it.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, obviously, like they run Fabricate, so it's not the end of the world, but it is
Still,
still very strong. Yeah.
it is still relevant.
Yeah, still relevant. Were there any other notable ones here before we get into the
So
really
there are
cool
a
ones?
couple like just like commons and rares that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, let's do
Like
that.
I don't want to go super deep,
Let's do
but
that after the Omens stuff.
the
The end the marbles.
no, I want to talk about that. Like, are you talking about the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
next set kind of Marvel? I want to rant about those for a long time. So I just want to go through and give a couple of these comments before I steal the podcast for the rest of the podcast.
Okay, okay.
But like one that I think is interesting is Electrin Jolt Step. I don't know if it's going to be good, but it's a red 1 cost 3 block. It does have a cycle. but it
Sorry, what was
is
it
your
called?
next rune,
Oh, I
Electrid
found it.
jump full step, yeah. But your next rune blade or lightning attack, it's +3. Create or a lightning flow token. Go again. So it's like it's another way of creating lightning flow in the deck. Which again, I think before this we were struggling to find lightning flow generation, so that one's another way to generate. It also has a meep on it, so bonus points.
Let's have a meep on it. That's cool.
Another card that I think is super interesting is Quick Succession. It's another cycle, so you might even just run the blue of this, but a so it's at red, a 0 cost 2 block lightning runeblade action. Your next runeblade or lightning attack this turn gets go again, and your next 3 attacks this turn get +1 while they have go again.
So
So
I saw this and didn't think it was that strong. What am I missing?
oh no, I just think it's interesting because it can be a 0 for 3 over multiple attacks and it gets go again. Because it's just giving it like it's not like the rest of the lightning rune blade stuff, like Mercurial Skies, you have to hit. No, it just gives you the buff. It just gives the buff of +1. Which I mean technically it has to have go again to get the buff. But Aurora, you can play this, play your attack, create an embodiment of lightning, play a second attack. So you could play this into like tempestuous tempestuous kiss, whatever that card's called, and say the opponent just eats it, it's a 2 for 7, like eats the arcane. Oh, when it has go again, it gets +1. So this becomes a 2 for 7 and an arcane coming at the opponent if you play this in front of tempestuous kiss. And then you can say you have floating or an extra blue, like that's the expensive part about tempestuous kiss. You can then pitch it to a lightning flow to then play a different attack, one of your other quick steps into your weapon. And maybe that's where it's like you play yellow because you only care about getting the +1 twice. But I think it's like just because you get the buff without having to hit and it makes your on hits much more deadly because it's getting that +1. That's where I'm like, I think it could be relevant.
So yeah, I'm kind of seeing it now. So it's interesting too with Path of the Same Ends. Let me pull that up on the screen.
Mhm.
Which is the one the oh there's the 8 version, that's why. I was like, why is there an extra art here? It is the card where you get to, as an instant, pay 1 and give it go again. Um, and also it has like
Yeah.
when this attacks a hero, deal 1 arcane damage to them. If it damage is dealt this way, this gets go again. So then they're like really priced into paying the 1, but then you just to AB, but then you just get to pay the 1 to give it go again. And when you pay to give it go again, it'll get the +1 from the other thing. So then it's like it's interesting. Like
Mhm.
you might be able to find some really annoying ways to like attack your opponent with this card. Also, I think it's very strong in Silver Age Briar, for example, the quick succession, because you get to play this, play an attack, then play another non-attack to make an embodiment of lightning, and then play an attack. And this is for the turn, not the chain. And so then this reads as go again and +2 and half of the non-attack stipulation for Briar to make an embodiment of lightning.
And I think like it's strong, and I think I also have like the guardian perspective on it because like whenever you play like Mercurial Skies or Maverin Skies, I'm just blocking you out. You're never getting that on hit. Like so,
Actually,
but this is saying
this
I'm
is
going to get
with
the.
Briar.
That's what I'm like. I'm gonna get the value of this card even if you block out, and that's what I think is so strong about it because it is like
Yeah.
Maverin Sky. You're guaranteed at least 1 value, even if the opponent blocks out on your attack. And especially with the new Aurora being so heavy on hits and disruption, or maybe not disruption necessarily, but like on hits, like, oh, create a lightning flow if this deals damage, or this creates an embodiment lightning if this deals damage, or this deals more damage if it deals damage, or this, or create a ponder token, or put an instant back in your graveyard. Like, even outside of Tempestuous Kiss, like, getting all these extra, like I get a +1, I'm giving it go again. It doesn't matter how you interact with the card, I'm getting this +1. and it can make some of those even more awkward to block. Where some of them get pumped to 4 damage, you're making it 5 damage. Now you can't just de-react.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the strength of this, like, you can get some decent value in CC. I agree, but I think the strength of this is going to be in Silver Age. I think this is disgusting. I
Yeah.
just realized it says attacks, not attack action cards, and so this also works with Starfall, for example.
Hmm.
And this also enables Starfall to get go again. So you get to, yeah, you get to
Yep.
give your Starfall +1 with this as well. Um, yeah,
Because yeah, you can set your
yeah,
like quick strike attacks first. So you go quick succession, quick strike attack, starfall, and then into like I don't know, even like scarf or scarf. Or maybe not scarf or scarf. You're probably not less life, but anything that like just has go again on ravenous rabble for 5 because you're red.
yeah, yeah.
You're a
I
red
know it's
line
very
list.
strong. I
Like
agree. Um, I think some other notable cards in the common and rares. There's these mostly have to do with the actually. So let me show this one first. Let me find it. Volatile Fluxor. That's what it is. Volatile Fluxor. The art's pretty cool too. It is a red. It comes in rainbow, but the red one is a 0 cost, 0 power, 3 block, lightning action attack. If you've played an instant card, this chain link, this gets +3. When this hits, create a lightning flow token. Go again. Um, I think that the strength of this card is that you get to run it in blue. It's a blue 3 block. Um, that is playable and just has innate go again. And that is strong for Ziggy because I've noticed in playing Ziggy that a lot of the lists have way too many 0 block blues. um,
yeah,
and so just having a blue playable 3 block is relevant. I think that the red one actually might be pretty good for Aurora. Um, but we'll see. I don't. It depends on how Aurora is built. But it's just an innately go again. It gets the plus. It's like a 3 go again on hit lightning flow. If you played an instant, when it's not that hard to play an instant on this thing. But I think where this thing is going to really shine is limited. Um,
so
yeah.
the best part about the card is its art.
Yes, it is really cool art too. I like the art a lot.
it, it's is that a meep?
I,
Like I know my
I
meeps,
don't
but
know
is
if it
that a
is a
meep?
meep. I don't know if it is. It might be.
Is that just a Fluxor? Is that what it's called? Like
Maybe. I wish we had some flavor text to know for sure.
But yeah, it's the art is just this cute little tiny animal like putting up its arms and like acting all vicious, and then there's like a cloud of lightning behind that actually looks vicious. It's a pretty cute card.
It is a really cute card. What else? What else? What else? This card is really cool. It's really only limited, uh,
Mm.
notable, but Spellbane Sigil. Put it up on the screen. Spellbane Sigil. There's a Marvel version of it too. That's cool. It is a blue 0 cost lightning instant aura. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy this, and it says Arcane Barrier X, which means you can AB for as much as you want.
What card? Sorry, I am totally lost. What card is this?
Spellbane Sigil.
Is it sorry, I what type is it?
What do you mean?
A
Is
talent?
it
Is it a lightning?
lightning? Yeah, lightning instant aura.
Lightning instant aura. Um I'll find it. Keep going.
I think that this probably won't see play in CC, but in limited, it seems like you're going to need these arcane barrier effects for the Acilio matchup mostly. The other lightning heroes
Ah,
can also do some arcane, but this is very interesting and limited because you'll need to be able to stop the arcane damage that Acilio puts out. And it was funny because I was looking through on 2 days ago or whatever. Whenever we saw all these, or maybe it's yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday morning. Whenever we saw all these cards, I was going through all the comments and rares, and I was going from top to bottom, and it was interesting seeing all the Acilio cards, and I was like, Acilio is looking very strong. Like these are some heavy hitting arcane effects, and there's not much AB in this format. And then I started seeing near the end, okay, there's some generic lightning, effectively AB cards in here, which are going to kind of be necessary to counter the Acilio arcane damage that's happening. Um, so this is a notable one. It's kind of interesting. All right, I haven't, have we seen Arcane Barrier X before?
No, we have
Yeah.
not. So that's cool. I actually didn't see that card until you just mentioned it. So I think that's actually super cool and super relevant. And along with it, the like Thunderous Resort or Retort,
Yeah.
I think is really cool as a card too.
The art is
Because
really
it
cool.
yeah. It's a zero cost. Yeah, I'll just read the red,
Yeah.
but it's a zero cost instant. And it says at the beginning of your action phase, destroy this. Your next attack this turn gets go again. Arcane Barrier 3. And then yellow is Arcane Barrier 2, and blue is Arcane Barrier 1. But those are sick. Like, that's another way for, like, oh, Acilio's dealing a massive amount of arcane damage. You play this, and you can pitch and prevent the arcane damage, but also gets go again. So
Yeah.
you could, like in Aurora, like, all of your quick step stuff, you play this, you prevent some damage, and you throw, like, a 0 for 4 with arcane barrier, like, arcane damage. Like,
Yeah, no,
that
it's
seems
very interesting
fun.
for limited because yeah, it's a temporary AB3 which would normally just be like eh. But the fact that it gives go again the next turn is a big deal. This will be a very important sideboard card in limited.
Storm Shatter's a funny card. Not that it's good. Sorry. I know we're trying to talk about good cards, but it's just a yellow instant that costs one. Target lightning attack gets -3,
Mhm.
and you may destroy a lightning flow to not pay its cost. That's such a bad card.
So it's a limited
It
card.
is a
I
very
think
limited card.
yeah. So I think it's actually I did find that interesting that they printed a lot of cards that effectively give you some alternate uses for your lightning flows if you don't want to use them for your hero ability. You
Yeah,
can basically there's a lot of destroy lightning flow you control to do something, um, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, I think
yeah,
that it's nice that you a lot of times all these cards seem to basically convert a lightning flow for one value in some way. Like in this case, it turns into one
mm,
resource, right? And there's some other ones where it'll give +2, I think. But the card should have just been like one power higher in the first place. And so it's like
yeah.
literally kind of just one value
So it's
over
an
for that
underrate
card.
card that becomes above rate when you destroy a lightning flow.
Yes. So
I
there's a
think the
lot of
last
those.
Yeah, and like the last card I want to bring up at least is Flittering Force Field, which is
Yes.
a at red, zero cost lightning defense reaction that blocks 3. And while this is defending, if you've played an instant card this chain link, it gets +1. So it's a 0 for 4 defense reaction.
And a very strong one at that for limited.
Yeah.
I think this is also potentially CC playable in some decks, because with the legendary chess piece, you get to play this as a defense reaction, then generate a resource with a new chess piece to then play a one cost instant, and then give this +1 again. So then it becomes a 0 for 4 D react that generates you a resource when you have the new chess piece.
I guess maybe the last card, because I there's still some cards I haven't fully looked through, is Flittering Spike, which is a 1 for 4 at red that blocks 3. It's a lightning attack action, and if you played an instant, it gets +2. And when it hits, create a lightning flow. It's just another generator, and I think you're pretty happy to throw this at your end, like especially as Aurora. Like again, it's one underrate unless you play an instant, so you could like Flittering Spike, do all that stuff, and then at the very end, play your Arcane Barrier piece and make it a 6 on hit, and you get your flow.
I think this is super strong and limited. Very
Yeah.
very strong and limited. Because yeah, you like let's think about like in Ziggy for example.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let me look at some of the instant auras you get to play really quickly. I think all the heroes this will be really great with, but I think Ziggy
Mm-hmm.
probably uses this the best by playing one of the auras. Like let's say it's the one of the one cost auras. Let's say it's Nebulous Cycle, right? And you're not even converting your entire hand. But you play this card, you play Nebulous Cycle, which is the one cost when this leaves the arena, create a ponder token and ward 2.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're doing a 3 card. It's actually like a 2 card 8, basically. Because you're the ponder token that will effectively convert for a new card, right? Um, which is super strong and limited. Very
Very
strong and
strong.
limited. Um, that's just a random one that I picked. Like you could also grab like corrosive space dust or um like if this says go again, you can throw it into you can play a 0 cost into a 2 cost card. Like, there's just a lot of really interesting things you can do with this card. Very strong.
Mhm. Okay, I lied. There's one more card, but it's mainly because of the art. Uh, Visionary of Orbits, which is a red 3 cost, 2 block, 7 attack, lightning attack action.
That
When
is
you hit,
cool.
you can put an instant card from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck. But the art is fantastic.
That is
It's so
so
good.
cool. I love
It's
that
so
art.
good. It
I
looks
kind of
like
I want
a
a piece. I want
majestic.
that on my wall. Actually, that's so cool.
Yeah, like that looks like a majestic level art, and it
Yeah.
is. It's just on a rare, and it's just sitting there for you all to enjoy. Like, I hope we get an extended art of that. Like,
I,
please, like,
to be fair, this is a very good limited card. A
that's
very good
true.
limited card. Because if you'll notice that all the weapons have a requirement in order to activate them. There's no like
Hmm.
end game just swing your hammer at each other type of thing.
Yeah,
And so having these recursion effects will actually be kind of relevant to beat fatigue.
that's fair.
And
I
it's just
love
a
the
two
art
card
though,
7. It's just a 3 for 7.
and it has the best art in the set. Like,
It might just be the best art in the set. I do like it a
yeah,
lot.
I I mean, there's some good art in this set, but like every time I scroll past it, like, and I've been looking through a lot of this, I'm like scrolling, I'm like, da, 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 da. 1 sec, I have to look at that card one more time. Holy
Yeah.
moly. Okay, keep going.
Like the
But yeah,
leech cards are really cool too.
mhm. It's
Wait,
like,
this is cool. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this one just for the art as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Constella Contemplation. There it is. Constella Contemplation. It's the yellow 0 cost lightning wizard instant that creates a ponder token with Starfall. And it's just like I just like the art. It's really cool. It's got some funky things going on with it.
I don't know why I'm struggling to find cards today.
You just gotta
But
type.
no, I like that art.
Just type in instead of trying to scroll through.
You know, that that's too smart, Cody. I'm not that smart. I mean,
All
there's a
right.
lot of really good art though, because like Tap
Mm,
Lessons Past is also cool, and
There's
I think like Stella Fly
yeah.
Flow Slide is cool. Like, if you haven't looked at the art in the set, you're missing out.
Just scroll
There's
through and look at the art. Don't even
amazing.
read the
Yeah.
effects. Just look at the art.
Yeah, yeah. Who needs
um.
the text when you have such good art?
All right. Let's jump to the marbles.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
This is the good stuff.
I'm gonna let you cover this. What would you like to start with?
So we get let's start with the rune chants.
Mm-hmm.
So we were spoiled some stuff on the next set. And from what I understand, you can pull these marvels in omens as if an omen to set 20, which set 20 is Monarch 3, which is the end of the main trilogy of the story that they've been trying to tell since the beginning of the game. So, and it's like, I'm sure it's like 99.999% sure that it's Monarch 3 at this point. Like, I
I
think
think
this
it's been
almost
confirmed, hasn't it?
confirms it. I mean, so I've probably said this 1,000 times. They said that it's coming out this year, and they have been super excited for uh, the 20th set. But they said it comes out this year. But like 2-3 years ago, they also said it came out last year. So that's why I'm like always a little anxious to be like, this is definitely Monarch 3. But like this, I think really confirms it because one, we're getting Rune Blades again and all that stuff, but some of the later spoilers. But so going through it, we have a rune chant of, and it's the 7 deadly sins. And some are greater than others,
Yep.
but it says, yeah, let me look this up on Fabry so I get like a better image. Here we go. So you got the rune chant of, for example, let's do greed, because I think that's definitely the strongest one. It is a yellow Runeblade instant aura. So you can play this at instant speed. You can pitch it as a yellow. It does not block, but it says this counts as a rune chant. When an attack usurps this, draw a card. When this is destroyed, create a rune chant. And at the beginning of your action phase, or when you play an attack action card, destroy this. So Right now, we don't know what usurping means, but that's
No, we
definitely
don't. We
something
do
that's
actually know what usurping means.
Oh, we do. We do know
Um,
what usurp means.
so well, the concern is whether or not this card was intended to be spoiled. Um, I
It was in the stream.
was no, not the greeds. The card that says usurp and has the keyword for it, like what usurp means.
Okay,
But I think it's
can
fine to
hold
share.
off.
I think it's fine to share what the keyword means, but I just won't share the card. Just in case.
I would say let's just hold off on that for now.
I'll double check while you're reading through it. Then I'll see.
Okay,
Um,
because I haven't seen anything on that, but anyways, it's an interesting card because like one, it counts as a rune chance. So like Vincent you could just play this and this will pay for the effect of anything that comes out. But then also like usurping, like drawing a card. And that one's the strongest because obviously drawing a card's like the strongest thing you can do in Flesh and Blood. But there's envy, which is gaining a life, gluttony, which is gain a resource, pride, which is gain +1 power, wrath, which is gain overpower, lust, which is create a rune chant, and sloth, which is uh when the attack usurps this, it gains go again. So you get all these extra effects, and it creates a rune chant on the back end. I don't know if they're good. They could be really good, but that's super. I
you
just think they're
mean
cool.
the rest
And
of
then
them,
the art makes.
or just in general?
I think just in general they could be good. I really don't know. Like I'm sure Greed is going to be played because drawing a card's really good, and I'm excited to be Valda against a Rune Blade, and they play Greed, and then they draw off of it, and I'm like, this is beautiful. I got a Seismic Surge. But the arts are fantastic. Like they're so cool. Oh, they're not legendary. You could just run 3 Greeds in your deck.
They're not legendary.
But I do think that's like super duper interesting. It makes me think that some of these are just never going to see play, unfortunately. Like, I don't imagine Wrath will ever make it into a deck with Overpower. But it's like Greed and Sloth are insanely powerful, giving your attack go again and drawing a card. Like, Gluttony might be good. Like, Lust is also just a good card, creating it's just more damage. But I think those are super cool and interesting cards. And it is like an omen into the next set because it is showing us like this is some of the stuff that we're going to get in the next set.
So it's
Yeah,
the card that has the keyword. It looks like it hasn't been officially revealed yet. Um, it is a national festival promo. They revealed the art, but they have the text covered. I don't know why it hasn't been revealed yet because it's soon, but it looks like it hasn't been officially revealed. I was just double checking that to see.
yeah,
Yeah, so we won't reveal that yet. But yeah, so I think these cards are very strong. Um, we'll see just how relevant most of them are, like you mentioned. But obviously, Greed super good. The fact that it replaces itself and makes a rune chant token is very good. I think that these are notably very strong arsenal cards for Vincent. An instant rune chant on demand, effectively, in your arsenal is very, very good for that hero.
and also generates a rune chant when it leaves too.
Exactly. It counts as a rune chant, and it makes another rune chant when it leaves, which is just icing on the cake. Like that's even without any other effect. If it just was like this counts as a rune chant, and when it leaves, make a rune chant, that's worth the card alone to Vincent. And so I think that Vincent would run a lot of these. Like for example, rune chant of Sloth. When an attack usurps this, it gets go. Oh, I guess you have to usurp it when most of like her cards don't say usurp. Um, so maybe that doesn't matter.
These are legal to play, right? Because
yes,
you can.
yes, these are legal to play once they come out. Well, yeah, the rune chants are legal to play once they come out, but I think they only come in Marvels. And the thought, what we think is going to happen is that they will come out as maybe Majestics or Rares in the next set, but they are only Marvels in Omens.
Well, it's weird because they have the set code like A or IAR, and it's like IAR 157.
Right. Yeah, it has a different set code, which is that the first
Yeah,
time we've had a different set code in like two set codes in one set?
definitely, 100%. And that's like super confusing because I was like, can you actually like how do you get these? But it sounds like you can get them in the Marvel slot as just random cards in this set.
I think so, yeah. So because like we've had the box topper packs with different set codes,
Mhm.
right? Um, but I think
I
so as far as I
would have.
understand, these are just in the regular packs in the expansion
Mhm.
slot. But it would be interesting,
Crazy.
like once we figure out what usurp is, and if they're like maybe Vincent gets some Bloodgate card that says usurp, or maybe a non-attack action card that says usurp. These could get even stronger for her. But I
Hmm.
think even without that, just at its base, I think these are strong for Vincent. Super
Yeah.
strong arsenal card for her.
I
Yeah.
mean, she's just running the card that says create one rune chant at the moment. So to be
Yes.
able to
Yes.
to be
Exactly.
able to just create in theory two rune chants, one now, one for later, is pretty strong.
I mean, it's just so strong
And
to
it's
have, yeah, that because to get your first rune gate out is a big deal. Um, it just lets you do like your one card eights twice in a row,
yeah.
which obviously becomes a two card eight and then a one card eight effectively. Um, but yeah, really
I'm
nice for
interested to
Vincent.
see more.
Um, and actually for the stream or for the video, let me rotate through the arts. They are very cool. So this is envy, and then
Hmm.
gluttony, pride, wrath, lust, and sloth. Really gorgeous arts.
They are really, really cool.
All right, would
The
you like
arts
to
also like
cover?
remind me of like certain areas too. Like envy reminds me of high seas. Gluttony reminds me of chaos as a talent. So like the others, but and then there's like gold, and then there's like Solana, Volcor, Mistveil, Sloth, and then like the monastery is like lust.
That's cool.
Like just like the color scheming. Like to me, I'm like, oh, I could see all these different areas in there. So not that maybe they don't actually mean any of that, but maybe envy is actually supposed to be, if anything, Savage Lands, and then greed is more of the extra areas. Like you could have the high seas and or the arena. Anyways, going off of all that, that was just like I saw the art. I'm like, the art reminds me of a bunch of
It
areas, which is
does,
really
yeah.
cool. But the next card I want to talk about before
Mhm.
we get into the juicy card is Gate to Irathiel, which is a shadow token aura, which says instant pay one, destroy this. You may play target action card with blood debt from your banished zone this turn.
I
That's
didn't
cool.
realize that this had a full art side. Same with the next card,
Hmm.
and that looks gorgeous. The full
It
art,
looks amazing. Oh, it looks so cool.
such a cool art. So we don't have a way to make this.
No, we
We
do
just
not.
we just get the Marvel token for whatever makes it next set. But the effect seems like it's going to be a very strong effect.
Yeah, that seems insanely strong to be able to play a card with an action with blood debt from your banished zone. And I'm sure there's like I'd have to look again deeper into Shadow itself, but I'm sure there's some strong attacks or strong things in Shadow that you could play that like let me even just see if there's Shadow like some just strongest actions. Like if you banish Shadow Puppetry, you can play that.
It has to have blood debt
Playing some
for
Oh, you're right. Never
it
mind.
does have to have blood
Maybe
debt.
there's not as much right now, but I'm sure we're gonna get more in the next set when we get more of all this stuff.
So that's what I was trying to like. I was trying to look up pre-stream. Was like, what do we have that has blood debt that doesn't say you can play this from your vanish zone? That would be relevant. There are already some. So for example, fasting carcass says the next. It comes in rainbow and it says the next rainbow of that color action card you play this turn gets go again. And it itself has go again. So that's a good one to play. You basically get to bank that for go again
Mhm.
later. Um, there
The other thing
is
is
go ahead.
it like I'm looking at shadow cards. Like if you go into Shadow Brute or Shadow Room Blade, like if they can create it, then it's insane. Like playing Endless Maw after it's been banished, insane. Like oh,
Yeah.
like 2 card 9 or Hungering Slaughter Beats, a 1 card 7 would be crazy. Dread Screamer, a 1 card 6 with go again, insane.
Wait, this card is disgusting for Levia.
Like if Lavaya gets this,
Holy.
crazy. And like Mark of the Beast, you could play Mark of the Beast. Like, oh no, I have no way to banish. I have Mark of the Beast in my banish zone. I'll just play Mark of the Beast. It banishes itself. I don't mess with my grave. It's a 1 card 6. I don't lose blood debt. It's like,
It's nuts for
oh, I
Levia.
I banished my Shaden Death Hydra. It's late game. I have 13 blood debt. Okay, I will just play my Shaden Blood. Like, I have all the momentum. Shaden Death Hydra for 16 from my banish zone.
Cause like the one when I was toying with Levi a little bit, the one and obviously everyone knows this too. The biggest limitation is you draw a hand, you don't have a way to turn off blood debt. But if you just make this token, you get to keep it forever, unless your opponent has a way to destroy it or do something with it.
Mhm.
You get to keep it forever as a get out of jail free card, or you can just crack it to play any of the cards, any of the blood debt cards you've banished so far. What? I'm sorry, what?
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
Oh no,
yeah,
I have my Dread Screamer, but I was forced to block, so I don't have an extra card to play after it. Well, good news, I have my Banish Zone to play with, so you can then throw that. Like, it's insane. Like, that's why I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know if we're gonna get, like, I'm assuming we're gonna get a Shadow Runeblade, and I'm sure it's really strong with some Shadow Runeblade stuff too. Well, a lot of it has, like, Rune Gate. There's probably, or like, you can just play it. I mean, can you get around the Rune Gate keyword with this? Like, you can just throw an attack?
let's
I would
see.
assume
I have to
so.
read Rune Gate really quick. Where's the Rune Gate here? Um, Here we go. If you control rune chance equal to or greater than this card's cost, you may play it from your banished zone without paying its cost. Yeah, so you can play it. Yeah, you can
You
get
know
around the
what's
Rune Gate.
even
Yeah.
you know what's even crazier? Imagine if Leviah gets this, Gate to Arethiel, and then you pop it to play Shadow Realm Horror to banish 3 cards, and oh, I hit all sixes, so that means I get to play another 6 from my graveyard. I have 2 blues in hand that do nothing, and I threw 7 go again into, I don't know, like 8. Like,
Yep.
you can do some crazy things with
Yep.
this token off of a nothing hand in Leviah. Like, in Leviah, that token's insane, and that's why I'm like, I don't know who's gonna get it. Like, it might just be, and like going into the next card, it might just be a shadow hero. So it's hard to know how good it actually is because like looking at the shadow cards is like I don't care really about getting that token with any other shadow card. Like sure, well that doesn't even have like there's a couple cards that don't even have blood debt is the thing as like actions. So if they get banished, like nothing happens.
Yeah, it's
But yeah,
interesting because
it's
it'll really depend on first what blood debt cards we get in the next set that don't already aren't already able to be played from the banished zone in some way or another,
yeah.
that you would want this for, and then how much it costs to make this token. Like this could
Mhm.
cost a whole card. Like the only way that you might be able to make this token is like some card that says to play this, discard a card and make this token, right? Like we just don't know.
Yeah.
Um, so there's a lot of factors that will determine how strong it will be. But I think it's I'm like if Levi can make this without too much of a cost, then it's
It's
it's so disgusting.
insane. Yeah.
Uh,
Even if she can just create it early game when she doesn't have all that blood debt.
yep, exactly.
Like, if you can just save your power for late game or until a turn you need it, it's pretty strong.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So, like, it's a really cool and interesting token, but it's not as cool as the next card.
Yeah, not as cool as the next card, and let's see it. What is it?
So, I don't know how you say his name, but it's Baalghor, Omen of the End.
I think that whenever it's BAA, it's like Bale.
Bale?
I think it's like
Baalghor,
I think it's
Omen
like
of the End.
Baalghor. I'm not certain about that,
I'm
but
not, I'm illiterate, so, like, it's already. Tempestuous Kiss has been really hard for me. So
Hey, you got it
keep my
right
two
there.
A's.
You
Uh,
got it.
there we go. So this demon is going to be insane for me to say as well. Two A's is too much for my tiny little brain. But
All right, what?
I have a long-winded rant, so I will let you go first. What do you think?
Well, you didn't read the effect yet. You didn't read it
Oh
out.
yeah, I have to read the actual card. Baalghor, Omen of the End, is a 3 intellect, 33 life shadow hero young demon. Whenever you pitch a card, banish it. Attack action card played from your banish zone get +3.
So did you read out the bottom part? I missed it. So
Shadow hero young demon.
I'm sorry. You said young,
This guy's just a baby.
and 33 health.
Mhm, mhm,
Ah, 3 intellect, but 33
mhm.
health. What?
He's just a
um,
little guy.
and you basically draw a card with the first line of his text. When you pitch a card, banish it.
Mhm,
Where like ideally you build this deck in a way that that's just a card you can play
mhm.
out of your banish zone,
It's crazy.
and then when you play it on your banish zone, it gets +3.
Crazy.
What? um, yeah. So this is nuts.
It's so cool.
So before anyone panics, this is not currently Silver Age playable.
Which is really unfortunate. I was so excited to play this in Silver Age until I learned you couldn't.
Yeah, it's currently only pit fight and
Yeah.
blitz playable.
I've never wanted to play Blitz more than I do right now.
Blitz sounds so sick with this guy. Um,
Yeah.
very very cool art. I showed the Marvel on screen before I showed the text box version, but
Oh, I didn't know there was a regular text box version.
you mean the non-text box version?
Yeah, I didn't know you could find that. It's
Yeah.
only like the Marvel and spoilers.
Oh, wait, how'd you even see the text box then?
Oh, you mean the
The full art.
backside of the
Yeah, the full
Marvel?
art side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I thought you meant it was like a regular hero card. I'm like, I don't know where you found the hero card.
Yeah, no. The full art backside of the Marvel. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's gorgeous. Such
Mhm.
cool art. Yeah, this is like even with the current card pool, this guy seems nuts, and we're gonna get more cards next set. We'll see if it ever becomes Silver Age legal. Like it might just be Majestic and higher rarity, kind of like
Mhm.
who like the other Prism, for example. The
Unfortunately, it's probably for the best.
Yeah, probably for the best. It would be cool in Silver Age, but I think this would be way too strong. Um, way too strong. So
I
yeah,
mean, you only have 3 intellect. Like, what's
yeah.
all the other 3 intellect heroes haven't been amazing
Now the
in Silver
question
Age.
is, will they make an adult version that is CC playable, and
Mm,
will it have 66 health?
that's an amazing question.
Well, I am so curious to see if they do. It might
Yeah.
just be purely a cool Blitz hero that they decided to make for fun, but
Mhm.
I think it'd be really cool if they made a CC version. It would probably be busted at 66 health,
It would be
but it'd
insane.
be cool nonetheless.
I mean, it also like the idea is you're going to be banishing cards with blood debt, so like
You'll take a
you're
lot
going to
of
be
damage.
taking down your life. And you have no way to prevent it, at least right now. Like you're just eating your life away as you play through your cards.
That is assuming that you accumulate blood debt, right?
Yeah, and you don't end up playing them.
Yes. So it would be really funny in against like wizards, where you're pitching to AB and then it just gets banished. You're just banishing cards
Oh,
nonstop.
that's crazy. That's
um,
insane.
and it is funny
Wizard
that
can actually fatigue this guy.
right, and it's also funny that because it's not the first card you play each turn. It's just when you pitch a card that it has a funny interaction with the cards that cost more resources, because that cost is like kind of not really a cost depending on how you're like how much like what you're pitching, right? Like let's say for example you throw like a 2 for 6, right? It might just be a 1 card 6, but with depending on what you banish, right? Like you might just not care how much it costs because the card you're pitching to cost for the cost is just another card you're gonna play, right? Like I don't know. It's so interesting that I think that they're not allowed to make this a CC card. Is basically what I'm getting at.
There's so many cool things that they could do with this. This is just like a baby. It's just a baby. He's a little youngin.
Little baby Bale.
little, little baby Baalghor.
Bale.
Baalghor.
But yeah, I think that's the last notable spoiler. Like, there's obviously some more commons and rares that are quite interesting for limited, but we went over a handful of the notable ones. And overall, what are your thoughts?
So I need to rant about Baalghor for a minute.
Okay, go for it.
Go for it. I saw this card and I thought it was a CC hero, and I was like, man, I would have thought that the demons and like I assume this is an Embra. I'm like, I would have assumed an Embra would be more powerful than a regular hero. I didn't even realize it said young. And then I saw it said young, and I'm like, okay. No, that's right. That feels about right.
Yep.
And I mean, obviously 3/3/3. I would love I don't think this is gonna happen, but like my dream case scenario is yes, you can play as him as a young hero in like Blitz or Pit Fight or whatever. But like I would love for like, oh, by the way, here's Monarch 3. Here's all of these Embra and Aesir breaking out of Irathiel into the mortal plane, into Wraith. And oh, with that, here's the release of PvE, because these are all the boss mobs that you and your party are fighting to try and save the world. And by the way, you remember that little like baby Baalghor that you played in Blitz and whatever? Well, now he's one of the boss mobs, and he has 6 intellect in 66 life. Good luck, have fun. This is what it's like fighting an Embra. Like, he's growing up. It would be so cool if that was it. And like, Omen of the End. Like, this is probably like that. Like, so much implied there. Like Omen of the Third Age is obviously talking about the past in the like it's in reference to the past in the Third Age and how they were fighting the Aesir and how like the world almost practically ended and they had to like banish them to a different plane of existence, which is Irathiel. And Omen of the End is the idea that like he like signifies, or this demon signifies the end of the world, and it's an omen towards it. And it's like to me, it's like, what if this is the first demon that breaks out of the portal of Irathiel and into the plane, and it starts the ignite, or like starts the fight from the from the Aesir, and starts that whole war over again from the Third Age. And that's so cool, and that's so much lore implication in this one hero, and I'm so excited to see more. And like, I'm excited because like the last couple sets, I was like, and like we haven't gotten lore in so long. We haven't gotten anything juicy, and like we're finally getting some lore with Omens of the Third Age, and then obviously this is a very lore implicative. So it's like that's so cool. And then it's also the first non-classless hero. It doesn't have a class. It's a talent only, which makes sense because
I didn't notice that.
It's just a shadow hero. So it is the first hero that is only a talent, but it makes sense because like it's a demon. It doesn't have a job. It's not a guardian. it's not a warrior.
It doesn't have a job. Implying the rest of the heroes have jobs.
I mean, in a way, but like it doesn't like have characteristics to it. It's a demon. It's not like, oh, I guard more. No, it is like the idea from what I understand is it's just all devouring. It's coming to eat. It doesn't have like, I use the magic to do this. I am a guardian, so I have shield and I do this. No, it is just a demon from a shadow realm, pretty much, which makes it super cool and interesting. And I love that it is just Shadow Hero, and it's like the best way to introduce just a hero that is a talent and not a class, because it makes sense. And like with that, it also implies like maybe at some point the elementals come back and fight with the people, and now you start getting like, oh, this is just a lightning hero, and it's like an elemental, and it's like, oh, but this is, and like maybe you get like a dragon Volcar that you can like play as like a hero. Like this is just a
Yeah.
draconic hero, and then it's like all of a sudden it opens up so much to be able to play as and see in the world, and like even like maybe not even just like heroes, but like if a PvP opens or PvE system opens up, like all of a sudden now you can see these like draconic mobs, which are you're actually fighting the dragons, or you go and you like let me think of another talent real quick, like Mistveil. Like I don't know the wildlife of Mistveil, but there could be something like along the lines of like some sort of mystic creature that you fight. Like it like opens up so much of, so it's so cool. Like my head's going wild with all these random theories, and I'm sure this isn't as deep as I'm making it. But there's so many cool things you can do. And then also it's a young demon, which also makes me feel like it could be like the thief in royal text. Because let me look up how that's formatted. Because if we go to heroes, and I need to find a royal hero like Syndra.
What are you trying to find?
No, royal is not with young. Okay. So I'm just trying to see how royal and thief as text on or in the text box for a hero identity type. Because
It's
now I
always
want to find
before the
thief.
class.
It
Talent
is
goes
always
before the
before.
class.
So
Yeah.
having demon after is interesting. Because it's almost, which like also makes, here, one sec.
I see what you're saying.
Gerv.
I see what you're
Because,
saying.
yeah, young. So usually, and like another thing is the young title and that dash young is usually a signifier of what format you can play it in. So young demon also is like, what does that signify? What does demon signify? And it's like, what if in the next set we also get cards that are shadow cards? But it's like, da 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 da. If you're a demon, it gets go again. If you're a demon, and like with thief, like if you're a thief, this triggers twice, like some of those cards. Or if you're royal, you choose the like landmark you destroy or permanent you destroy with like the war horn. Well, it's like this, I can imagine like if you're a demon, do something extra because you are using the powers that you behold within yourself. You're not like a shadow hero, which you are usually like it's more like a warlock in like D&D esque thing where like shadow heroes feel like the power is given to them by an Embra. Well, this is an Embra. This is like an ACR. This is uh it's so cool. And it's like so it's like just having the tag demon like could imply some stuff as well as like cards that you get to play that have that extra power because you are a demon, and you have that extra power not because you're royal and you're paying people off and you're getting the extra effect because you have more control, or you're a thief so you're really good with your hands, but no, you have this like innate power in you to deal more damage. Or it's not like it doesn't like with go again the attacks are like lighter for you, so you just can go faster about swinging these big attacks. Or if it has like on hit deal damage or something like that, it's like there's so many cool things they can do, and this card is so cool and it has so much lore implication. And I know they said nothing about PvE, and they said to say PvE's not on their thing or to-do list, but you could make so many cool, like you could turn this into a PvE boss. And
Yeah.
like I have a D&D group, and we've already been talking about uh like a upcoming campaign where I like write a like Flesh and Blood world campaign, and we play in the world of Flesh and Blood for like D&D. And like I've got ideas of how this character could be in that campaign. It's all so cool. And I don't know, like long rant about what could come and what could happen. And like I'm sure it's just a hero you can play. But the
No, I was looking. That's what I've been trying to like look up on the side. You have a good point. Is that like once you get past the dash and the that what I don't know what you call that box down there, but once you get past the dash, you get into like what format is it legal in, right? Because like it's dash young for the young, young hero
Mhm.
format, which is usually blitz and pit fight and and usually Silver Age if it's legal in Silver Age. But the only I was trying to look up to see if this was the case. The only other
Oh, I
like
forgot.
dashes you have is Demi
Mhm.
Hero, like the other classifications. You have Demi Hero, which is not like a general hero. It's not a hero you can start the game with. And then you
Mhm.
have Pit Fighter, which is for the pit fight format, and that's it. You actually have Blasphemous Leviathan Consume is a Demi Hero dash demon.
Mm.
So that is another demon, but I can't find
And
anything else that has.
if you imagine you have cards like shadow cards that say if you're a demon get that effect, and then your Leviathan you get consumed, you get the extra effect because you're consumed as Leviathan because you have the innate power. See, like you see how cool this could be. You
Yeah.
see what they could do. There's so many cool things they could do with just the implication of all of these cards. Like it's so cool. It's so cool. Like my mind is running wild with like theories and ideas and things they could do just to like build this game. And it's so cool. And man, like wouldn't it make so much sense if like a baby demon, this Baalghor, like not evolved, but grew up into like what is like a proper Embra with like 6 intellect and 66 life. And it's obviously not a CC hero. You don't play it in CC. But like if it's a boss mob, like that would be so insanely cool. And it's like something where you get a group of 4 people, 3 of them build like CC decks, and then one player is like Baalghor with all these demonic effects that he's throwing at you, trying to take out the party. Like that would be so sick. Oh
Now I want to cook it up. I want to cook up a cooperative format. I think that'd be kind of
yeah,
fun.
this I've been like thinking about some really cool and fun things you could do with this, and like I am so excited with this one card being spoiled. Like I had to find myself a marble. I'm hoping it's not rare because like if it's not too crazy, I will purchase myself a Marvel. If it's like
We'll
Jarl
see.
crazy, I will quietly cry in the like corner of my room for
Yeah,
the next like
it
6 months.
might be Jarl and like Marvel. What's that guy that was only young and is like the Kano? Not the Kano. He's like a draconic wizard.
Emperor,
Emperor.
the
Yeah,
Emperor,
the
yeah.
Emperor. Yeah, I
Please
have a
no,
feeling it's like the
please,
Emperor.
please no. I know I do too, but I really want him to be like a more common as a hero Marvel. So like, but you can't play him in any format. That's got to be cheap, right? Like you can't play him. Like,
Yeah,
please make him
surely,
cheap.
surely. Yeah.
Even if the collect it would be super cool. But like this is why I'm like I wanted you to go first because I have so much to rant about and so many lore implications, so many ideas. Because like there's so like I've also been thinking like oh like you could do some like really cool like pit fight like videos of like a boss mob. Like say if we do get like a 6 intellect, 66 life, or even if like we do like a sage thing where you have like 3 people on a sage deck and then you have Baalghor and like it's a blitz deck, not like a sage deck, but a blitz deck that I'm
I
playing against you
like a
guys.
one
And
v
it's like
three. Yeah.
it's a 1v3 and I'm your guys trying to take this out while I'm going through and I'm doing like crazy broken things. Like there's so many cool things you could do. And this is like and it like feels like so canon too, because like this is obviously the bad guy. No one likes this. Like Baalghor coming out and breaking through this portal. Maybe some of the demonic heroes do because they're weird. But most of the heroes are like, this is a very bad thing. This is the omen of the end. And maybe even the demonic hero or like the shadow heroes don't even realize how bad it is of what they're doing. Like, ugh, so cool. So I could
Very,
rant
yeah.
about this all
There are
day,
so
but
many
I think I've said the
implications.
most of my point.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very cool card. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what this how this turns out in the next set. Which do we get the name of the set? I know we have the set code. I think we have the name of it
I
too,
don't
right?
think so.
I think we do.
Oh, do we?
I
It might
want to
just be
say
on
we do.
Raphael.
Something of our Rathiel, right? I don't know how to find
I
that
haven't heard
quickly,
anything.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know either.
wait, I think this video might.
Oh, they might say it. That's true.
It only links to the entire stream. I think there's like a clip in the stream for it.
I know it's on just the channel too.
Just oh, it is it like a separate video for it?
Yeah, there's a separate video for when this was all spoiled. Which another thing I was super surprised about is that they spoiled. Oh, I guess this is coming out in this set in preparation for the next set, so people are gonna open them anyway, so that makes sense. But like, holy moly, is this so cool? Is this so cool? Like I was not excited. Oh, not excited. Like I was like, ah, this set's okay. Like Omens is not my cup of tea. But then like now we're getting this. I'm like, now I have to like at least get something so I can like see if I can get something cool out of it.
Yeah, I want to buy a case now. Like
Yeah,
I didn't really feel the need to before, but now I'm like, these marbles are sick. I kind of
I
want
know,
to, I want to
and
buy a
that's
case so I can pull them.
right. And that's kind of like
That's the only way I'm
I was
getting
gonna
one.
buy like a box. I'm like, I'll just get a box because like new set, I have to like I've got to open something, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was my plan was to just get a box of the set, but depending on how common these are, I might get more, but we'll see.
Yeah, I might have to do a case because I like to get a common rare playset of all the sets anyway, and
Mhm.
that helps me get a common rare playset, and I can just kind of get some of their cards while I'm at it, you know. So
Fair enough, fair enough.
I think I might have to. We'll see, we'll see. But yeah, anything else you want to cover before we wrap it up? Oh,
Um,
bands.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
do we want to talk about the bands? I added that late, but I realized that the bands are coming right after the Silver Age voting, so it's gonna be this week, right?
right. Yeah, well, yeah, it's
'Cause
literally it's on like Friday. I think is when we know the bands, right?
that makes sense.
Um, but yeah, so we already know some cards that are going to get banned.
Mhm,
They preemptively told us, you know, cards like Channel Lightning Valley and
mhm.
the original Acilio's signature weapon are getting banned. Uh,
Volzar, yeah.
Volzar's, yeah, preemptively know that those are getting banned in this upcoming ban list.
I think
Or DNR.
Somersault is getting banned as well. There's a lot that's actually getting banned.
There's a lot. But the question is anything else going to get banned on top of it? Is there anything else that even needs to get banned on top of it? Do we think? My thought is that there's not going to be anything else touched. I think they're just going to be like, yeah, this is fine. We are okay with seeing how the meta shakes up once this set comes out. There are a lot of very impactful expansion slot cards. The meta is going to drastically change, and I have a feeling that it will. There's nothing currently dominating that isn't already getting hit. Like for example, Acilio's already getting hits. Victor isn't already getting
Mhm.
hits, but I think that it's going to struggle into some of these new heroes and the new expansion slot cards powering up old heroes. Um, so, what were your thoughts? Do you think there's anything that needs to get hit?
I just hope they hit T Toxin because I think it is one of the most uninteractive cards in all of Flesh and Blood.
It
Like, I think
is.
Mario is like a fun and interesting deck until they play uh Kiss. And then the correct option is I will just not play this turn and hope I can survive. Like that's just the correct option because if you block, then you lose even more value because T Toxin exists. Like even if people think it's healthy or what the deck needs, I think it's like to me personally, it feels like a like count your blessings where it's like it's not interactive, it's not fun to play against. It's like maybe it's like you can counter it in other ways, like I can put in like an entire deck that's only defense reactions and and like half blue so I can hammer you to death, but that's not fun. Like that's not what I want to do just to try and get around T Toxin. So it's like personally I want T Toxin to go just because like the more I play against it, the less interactive it feels and the more it feels like a count your blessing style, but just aggressive. Because like if I block, I lose value. If I don't block, I just hope I don't die.
um, yeah, no,
That is my personal take.
I agree with you. I think that it is definitely a yeah, it's a non-interactable card, right? And I think that the card is fine when one mode is chosen. It's just when both
Yeah.
modes are chosen. Like
Yeah, and its
alone
floor
the
is three.
flexibility. Yeah.
Like it
Um
even blocks three. Like
I think yeah,
it,
that's the funny thing. Is like even if you didn't get to choose both, I think the card is strong. Like getting to either pump a dagger by 3 or the defending card gets -3, like the modality of it
Mhm.
is already good enough. Um and the fact that like it's like a 0 for 7 whenever it's doing both if not more, right? Like
Well,
sometimes it's just
it's a 0
kills.
for 6, but sometimes yeah,
Is a kiss of
like
death
there's
getting
been
pushed through?
so
Yeah.
many games that like I'll be at 12 life and the opponent throws like kiss of death at me and I'm like, well, I have to block, and I
Yep.
block with like 2 cards and something else, and they're like, oh, T toxin. I killed you from 12 and you blocked with 3 of your 4 cards from hand. And I'm like,
Yep. Yeah.
wow, that was really fun. I think there was one point where I was at 15 life and we did not get a second cycle and I got triple T toxined and I blocked with my entire hand and still died. And I was like, I rage quit for like a couple days. I'm like, I'm not touching flesh and blood. But like that's where I'm like, I hope that like that's just a hope. The rest of it
Yeah.
I think is mostly fine. Like I could see a remembrance ban, but I think people have been asking that for however long now. So will we get it? Probably not. But
Yeah.
I could see
It,
that happening, especially if they want to power down Victor just a little bit.
yeah, it would. It's funny because prior, when the Remembrance ban talks came up with like fatigue plays, for example, there was pushback because the thought was that it actually would make the fatigue Pleiades deck better. However, in the case of Fatigue Victor, he actually utilizes Remembrance more aggressively, and so Remembrance would actually hit the Fatigue Victor list. It'd
Yeah.
actually be very very impactful against Fatigue Victor. So no,
Told me I can't hammer for like 50. What?
yeah, yeah. So I think you actually hit the nail on the head of potential ban cards. I think Toxin is worthwhile to to ban, mostly just really just for interaction reasons, not necessarily for
Yeah.
power level reasons. And then Remembrance could be hit just to hit the Fatigue Victor deck for, I guess, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Play experience reasons. Um,
And I mean, I think that like Victor is just one of the decks that's like far above the rest. Like you could I wouldn't even say far above the best. Like, I mean, I play Vola. Like, it's one of the most freest matchups I have. But like, Victor's been doing really well recently. And
mhm.
if you're looking at like, say you're already knocking down. Why am I forgetting the name?
I mean, like, it's
You're taking out Volzar, so you're knocking down Acilio.
right. One of the bad
And
matchups. Well, depends on the player, but
yeah,
yes.
yeah. I mean, even if it's not a bad matchup, like you're taking out Acilio, and so you're taking a lot of the ceiling out of that, and you're gonna be taking down the lightning heroes, depending on if they were good or not. So it's like I could honestly, I feel like they're just gonna say no changes on top of what is already been
Yeah.
released. But my hope is, and I think that people just want Remembrance for the longest time to be banned, just because it makes fatigue matchups more fatiguey because every fatigue deck has to run Remembrance into a fatigue deck, and then like Victor uses it to like a really
So
high ceiling.
so that's the interesting thing too is like, for example, in Betsy, I'm when I'm toying with like playing the Fatigue Victor matchup, there is one remembrance for the matchup, but I don't think it's even necessary, honestly. I think you can kind of just
Hmm.
kill without it. So it is interesting how like you don't need remembrance to beat remembrance. You just need to go over the top enough such that the deck
Yeah.
damage doesn't matter.
Well, and I think
Um,
what's important about like the thing is like I don't run it in like fatigue matchups and Guardian because the weapon is so powerful. But
mm,
out like if you don't have a powerful weapon, that's when you have to run into the scenario of you have to run Remembrance
mm,
because your power is more in your cards than your weapon or your interaction with your weapon that's involved with your cards. So
yeah, yeah, which makes sense. But no, I see. Yeah, I agree with you. I think there's going to be no changes in terms of on top of the pre-announced changes. Um, I don't think that they're necessary yet either. I think that we should just wait and see what the new set entails. I don't think that the new Lightning Heroes will necessarily um, warp the meta by themselves, but I do think that
I think
there
so
are a
either.
lot of expansion slot cards that are going to change the power level of other decks that will warp the meta
Hmm.
in their own way. Um, so yeah, I'm curious to see how this meta turns out once Omens comes out, which next weekend is the pre-release. So make sure to get into that. I think I'm excited for the pre-release. I think it's gonna be a pretty fun
Hmm.
set to play sealed. And then the weekend after that, we'll have the set in stores.
It's coming up fast.
Yeah. So unless do you have anything else to cover before we leave off with the question?
Nope, that's all I have to say.
All right. So my question is, what do you think about the omens cards and the rune chants? Is there anything you're speculating that we did not cover or think about? Let us know in the comments below, whether on YouTube or on Spotify. Also, give us a like and subscribe if you can. That would help us out a ton. And with that, I'm Cody,
And I'm Jacob.
and thanks for watching and listening.